Hello friends and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This is the latest video in a series on Notepad++ tips and tricks. And in this video, we will be learning about the feature called box selection. So let's see what do I mean by box selection, which is a feature of Notepad++. First, before that, let's have a look on how selecting items using a mouse behaves in a traditional text editor like Notepad. So this is Notepad, not Notepad++, just to give you a good look, a good comparison. So you will notice when you highlight items in a Notepad, in a traditional text editor, see how it behaves. So what happens is, when you highlight, let's say if I start from the middle of the line of this set of data, I will start from here, and then I slide my mouse downward. You can see that after the first line, after my starting point, the succeeding lines are all highlighted. Okay, that means it's not possible to highlight just this part over here, male, all the way down. You cannot do that. See, I can try that, but once I scroll down, I move down the mouse, it highlights the whole row for each succeeding one, except for the last one, wherein I have some bit of control of partly highlighting it. But nevertheless, for the rest of the lines, you can see that they're all highlighted from beginning to end, no choice. So that's a limitation that has been addressed by one feature of Notepad++. Remember, this is still Notepad, not Notepad++. So I will give you a very concrete example of what the limitation I'm talking about is. So let's just say I wanted to copy typo only. Let's say I only wanted to copy the gender column, which is this one. Okay, I only want to copy this column of values over here. Wait. So I will try to do that in a traditional text editor, but it lets me down, you see. I'm not able to do that. In the first line, I'm able to, but in the succeeding lines or records, it doesn't allow me to do that. It's highlighting the whole thing. Okay, another scenario. I only wanted to copy the rightmost column. In this case of data, there are 3 columns. So I only wanted to copy this column of numbers over here. I'll start with the first row, that's no problem. But when I get to the succeeding rows, it just highlights the whole thing, the whole record. Another scenario is I wanted to copy by highlighting, or I wanted to highlight from the right side going to the left. You see, I wanted to highlight this column and this column, but I wanted to start my mouse, the highlighting action, from the right side. See, I'm able to do it in the first row, but when I get to the second row, it becomes a left to right convention. Okay, so I hope it gives you some idea. Now, this is the limitation. Now let's look at what Notepad++ can do. This is Notepad++. Okay, I'll open up. See, that's Notepad++. Now I have the same set of data that you've seen earlier using the traditional text editor. And in here, I'm going to show you the special feature of Notepad++, which allows you to do box selection, or whatever you may call it. Okay, so let's look at the first scenario. Copy only the gender column. Okay, I'll open a second tab of this, a new file, so that you can better see it. Okay, copy only, sorry for the typo there again, copy only the gender column. So to be able to do that, there's just a one little trick you will have to do, which is to press on the Alt key. And then while it's pressed, you also will slide your mouse. I don't know, hover your mouse, slide your mouse, or move your mouse, move your mouse. So the action is you press the Alt key, and then you move your mouse to highlight whatever it is that you wanted to highlight. Okay, let's do this. So in this case, I wanted to copy only the gender column, which is this one. So I'll press on my Alt key, and then I will do a mouse selection. Okay, so I'm able to do that, something that could not be done using a traditional text editor, even Word. So after doing, then it's up to me. Do I want to copy it? I will do a Control C. Then come here and I can paste it here. Do I want to do a cut? Control X, no problem. I come here, then paste it here. Right. So that's the first scenario, copying only the gender column or the middle column. The next is, I wanted to copy only the rightmost column. In this case, this column over here, which consists of numeric values. So again, the same thing. I will press on the Alt key and then hover my mouse. Move my mouse, maybe downward, and I'm able to do that. So again, if you wanted to copy, you can copy it. You can paste it here. Okay, I'll paste it in here. Right? So I was able to do that. Again, that's the box selection feature of Notepad++. And we're able to do it by doing a simple trick of pressing Alt plus the action of your mouse. Okay. So in the third scenario, what we're going to do is to copy by highlighting from the right to the left, meaning I wanted to, just by choice, I wanted to highlight my mouse from the right to the left, not just on the first row, but all the way down. So if I bring back the traditional text editor, if I try to highlight from right to left, I can do that in the first row, but in the succeeding rows, I'm unable to. It follows a convention of left to right. Okay, so I'll bring back the Notepad++. Copy by highlighting from right to left. So I'll put my position my mouse here, and then before that I will press the Alt key. Then I will now move my mouse to highlight. See, I'm highlighting from the right to the left. You can see the cursor, it's blinking for the whole set of records. And then I will do Control C, then come here. Remember, I am copying two columns, the gender and this numeric value over here. So when I click on the new file, I paste, it nicely pastes the values as if this was a spreadsheet like Excel. So you can see it's very useful. It's a very useful and powerful feature. It looks simplistic, but it's really very powerful and very useful, because remember, you are working on a text editor right here, but it's almost as if you already have a spreadsheet like Excel at your fingertips, because it's able to handle the work on a column basis, column to column basis, isn't it? So there you have it. We've seen this box selection feature of Notepad++, and in this video, I've shown you 3 scenarios of just 3 of many, many scenarios that are out there that you can do to leverage on this special feature of Notepad++, box selection. First is we only copied the middle column. And remember, the magic key here is the Alt. And then the next is we copied only the rightmost column. again, using the Alt. And the third scenario we did was to copy the values, but starting to highlight items from the right to the left, which goes against popular convention of our text editors. Okay, so there you have it. I hope you learned something new from this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you click the subscribe button, click the bell so you can be notified. And I hope to see you in the next video.